What's up guys, Ivan Carranza here and welcome to Bass Tone Tuesday. Today we're going to talk about doing one trick to make your slap playing a bit more even, and I'm not talking about using compression. For this I recorded 4 samples, 2 using my G&L P bass and another 2 with my G&L Jazz bass. So let's take a listen to those samples first and then I'm going to talk about what I did. Now for the jazz bass samples, I had a clean DI track and an amp track. And for the amp, I used a Gallien-Kruger 800 with the Neural DSP Quad Cortex. And on that track, I pushed the gain a little bit. So if you were paying attention, you could probably hear that it had some overdrive. Nothing that you really notice in a mix with more instruments other than just drums and bass. You probably won't hear that it's overdriven because it's very subtle. But what that does is that it clamps down the loud transients that happen when you're slapping, when you're popping notes or when you're really thumping the strings. It clamps them down, and because you're raising the harmonics, you're also raising the quieter notes. So it's actually sort of acting like a compressor because it's taming down the top notes and raising the quieter ones. Thus, you end up with a more consistent signal. It is nothing crazy. I'm not really boosting to get distortion, but it helps to make things a bit more even. And for the P-bass track, I had 2 of the same DI track, one completely clean, and the other one is the same track, but using a stock drive or saturation plugin on Logic. And I just bumped it up a little bit until I heard just a bit of breakup, just a bit of overdrive, to make things more even the same way. So this is something that you can also try out on your own. If you have an amp, for example, that does get you some nice breakup when you push up the gain a little bit, get it just before clipping and start slapping and see if the playing is a bit more even. Or if you already have a drive pedal, you can also turn it on when you're slapping and it's gonna help you to even out your playing. Of course, you do not want to get like raging, like full blast on distortion because that's just going to muddy things up. But a little bit of breakup, just a little bit of hair on your notes can even out your playing without relying on a compressor or, dealing with a bunch of different knobs. You just get it to just get a bit of breakup there, just a bit of drive. It's going to help you, to make things more even. And you're not going to have to deal with attack and release times, ratios, output, and all the things that a compressor has. It's a very simple thing to use. Just get a bit of overdrive and you're good to go. Now, one very important thing to mention is that you should strive to get your playing as even as possible without relying on external factors such as pedals, EQs, and compressors or whatever. Because if you practice only with those things on and then suddenly you do not have them, probably your playing is gonna be all over the place. You're gonna have loud notes, super quiet notes, very inconsistent playing. So you should try to practice, as clean as possible to get a very consistent signal, and then add those other things just to enhance your performance. You don't want to rely on them. You just want to use them to enhance what you already given in the performance. I hope you guys liked this video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and also don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with the content that's coming to the channel. As always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care.